What's up, you guys? Looks like we have some news about the signature spellbook Jace. This is what's going to be replacing from the vaults from now on, it seems. If you're unfamiliar with the change, it's basically going to be one planeswalker and a collection of cards that are supposed to synergize with that planeswalker. They're supposed to be in some way connected to that planeswalker's abilities. So for this specific spellbook, it is a collection of 8 cards plus one random premium foil version of one of those 8 cards for the Sirius Blue Mage, which to me, I'm going to go over the cards here in a second. It doesn't really seem like that big of a deal if it's just a randomized version of one of the cards you're already getting. I could see if it was a randomized version of maybe another Planeswalker, that would be really cool. But no. Each card has Jace flavored art and special frames just for this set. So we're going to look at the packaging here real quick. And right off the bat, I'm going to tell you that logo where you see the Planeswalker symbol, that's actually not just for this alone. That's going to be the Magic logo from now on, unless they decide to change it because the players just don't like it. Because everyone hates the fact that there's like 3 different fonts and it just looks disgusting. And there's at least 3 or 4 different fonts on this packaging alone. It doesn't look uniform. It doesn't look like something that we've come to know about Magic. Magic is usually the orange logo, or at least for the longest time it's been the orange logo. It used to be a lighter blue, but it doesn't look like something that we can identify with. The Planeswalker logo, it's clear that they're trying to identify the game with Planeswalkers, which is kind of a bad idea, because if you were to survey a lot of players, they care more about the game as far as mechanics go, the fundamentals, rather than what's the flashiest Planeswalker you can get out there. But as far as the packaging goes, aside from the logo, which I hate, the rest of it looks kind of cool. You see some sort of symbol that can represent Jace, I guess. I think we've seen something like that for the logo for the Jace versus Vraska dual deck. The set symbol for that was very similar to this, but it looks really cool. It looks like a spell book. Now on to the 8 cards, which is just 8. It's not anything more than that. But these all have cool artwork. I will say that these actually look kind of like the Expedition, Invocation, Masterpiece cards, where they kind of look shiny. They look like brand new versions of previous cards. Jace Beleren has the original artwork, which is kind of disappointing, but that's not necessarily a bad thing because I love that artwork. But as you can see, the mana cost has different blue symbols for it. Looks really cool. I like it. It looks kind of like the masterpieces. You can see the border's a little bit different. The hologram thing at the bottom is a little bit different. It's like a perfect circle as opposed to an oval type shape. So that's a little bit different. We also have Blue Elemental Blast. This was one of the cards that was reprinted in Masters 25. A little bit weird because it was technically originally printed as a common, but unfortunately MTGO, it's not pauper legal for some reason. I don't know, MTGO is really weird, but the artwork doesn't really do that much for me. And then we have Brainstorm, yet another cool iconic card when it comes to blue. Great at dodging hand removal like Thoughtseize. It's really cool if you just want to get rid of 2 cards with shuffle effects as well. But the artwork, again, doesn't really do too much for me. A lot of people are going to hate this because they just don't like Jace, and that's completely fine. I am kind of indifferent when it comes to Jace, but really when it comes to this artwork, it doesn't really do that much for me. Now we have Counterspell, which this artwork is awesome. I love this artwork. You see that combination of fire from Chandra, and you see that bit of blue, that water from Jace. Really cool, that yin-yang, that enemy color theme there. I love that artwork. But it's been around for a while. It's not brand new artwork specifically made for this. So, I don't know. It would probably look really cool if people want to replace the counterspells that are already in their decks, but I don't know if that's going to sell this alone. We also have Gifts Ungiven, which I guess is pretty cool. You can see Jace kind of clone himself there. But yeah, this is a pretty popular card in Modern. Storm. There's a whole deck built around it, so definitely something I could see in some sort of Modern deck. People want to make it a little bit more flashy, why not? Then we have Mystical Tutor. This is probably one of the more expensive cards in this entire little box set, I'm guessing. The only downside here is that the artwork is really awkward. It's like he's shaping an upside down penis, which is unfortunate. I don't know, is that a symbol? I guess that's what it could be, but it kind of looks like it. Unfortunately, it does look like a penis. But yeah, the card itself is really good in Commander. Definitely is one of those things you're gonna see some more of. Then we have Negate, which is, you know, pretty standard. If you really need to counter non-creature spell, why not? This is actually something I will say looks pretty nice. The artwork looks like they put some more effort into it. As you can see, you have Jace's face, which I normally wouldn't be a big fan of, but you also have it upside down, sideways. It looks really cool. It's sort of like he's playing mind games on you. And then the last card is Threads of Disloyalty, which I've never really liked this card. I don't really understand why it's being put into this set. You're just gaining control of a creature with converted mana cost 2 or less, which isn't that big of a deal, even if it is just 3 mana. I don't know, it might see some modern play. That's going to do it for this little Jace spellbook, though. Really interesting, not something that I think is going to sell too well, because a lot of these cards aren't that expensive. Even the Jace that comes with it isn't that great of a Jace. It's not really highly sought after. I'm not saying it has to be the Mind Sculptor, but maybe something a little bit better than that might have sold this set. But when you're talking about cards like Gifts Ungiven, which I don't think is too expensive, Mystical Tutor, Counterspell, and maybe Jace would sell this set. That's about it. I don't think the other cards are going to be worth it. So the $20 MSRP I think is fair, but unfortunately I still don't think the cards are going to demand enough attention from the players. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Let me know what you think about this. To me, I'm gonna give it, I'll give it 3 out of 5 stars. Okay, not the worst thing I've ever seen, but when it comes to Jace, I guess I'm biased against it. But as always, you guys have a wonderful day. Void here signing off. See you all next video.